new evidence that more and more young Muslims are turning to a radical form of Islam with zero tolerance for anyone who doesn't embrace their extremist belief. And it's not just in the Middle East. It's happening in Western countries. Joining us now, Walid Phares, a Fox News contributor and the author of the book Future Jihad, Terrorist Strategies Against the West. And Walid, it was great to have you working with us on this special that will be this Saturday at 9 p.m. Because a lot of people wonder, what's the real threat? And is it just a bunch of kooks that, you know, grew up in some radical environment, and that's all we've really got to worry about? But then, yesterday, we see these young people in Western countries turning against their parents and their country.
Edie, this is a very big problem. In every single case of terrorism we had in the United States, in UK, Spain, around the world, in the Middle East, in every single case, there was a reference to that ideology. People, older, younger, much, much younger, were talking about the same thing. So the question is, who is spreading this ideology? Is there somebody funding it? Who is behind it? And this is part of the making of a terrorist mind.
You know, I think for me, some of the most frightening video and sound that people will see in the special Saturday night comes from the young children in the schools talking about how their goal in life is our destruction, and that this is being taught to children, reinforced in homes, and put out. And no one seems to be standing up. You know, we talk about the moderate Muslims, and that's the majority. Where are they?
Well, first of all, let's remember that Osama bin Laden said in the fall of 2001, as long as I, Al-Qaeda, can connect with young kids, 8 to 13 years old, I am winning the war. Because Al-Qaeda could vanish and new waves of jihadists could come. Well, the big question is, who is funding those madrasas? Those kids are not taking it from somewhere. They are taking it from an organized teacher. Should it be a madrasa, a school, or even now online, on the websites?
And are those countries or specific families? Who is funding it?
Well, basically, historically speaking, the Wahhabis, radical clerics in Saudi Arabia, but also now in Qatar and other places, have been the funder, the people who donated money for these schools to be created, but also in the West, as you just said. I mean, it's not just in Afghanistan and Pakistan. We're talking London, we're talking New York, we're talking Paris, we're talking other places around the world as well.
You know, I think most Americans would say, you know, we're tired of war. We're not a people that likes to be at war. We want peace. That's us. There is a temptation to think, to hope, that if we simply did something, they'd stop. They wouldn't want to kill us anymore. What's the real goal?
Look, our academic elite, I'm going to be honest about it, invented this issue. This is about our foreign policy. This is about us. Because they're dodging reality. They don't want to admit that this is an ideology that existed way before we had a foreign policy, way before the Arab-Israeli exist, way before Israel was even established, or all the war on terror. What is happening right now is that the West needs to understand that there is an ideology which is at war against the West, way before the West really realizes so.
All right. People have to see this. Walid Phares, thank you very much. You'll hear more from Walid in this special. And I guarantee you do not want to miss it. It is this Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's called Radical Islam, Terror in Its Own Words. And it will simply open your eyes and change the way you think, the way you view world events. It is an important thing to watch. Walid, thank you.
Thank you.
Stop financing terrorism. Join Terror-Free Energy Coalition. Visit www.terrorfreeoil.org.